So I'm Kathy Morton, and let's see if I can get this moved up and out of the way here. Sorry, that's from the whole meeting. There we go. Health Science and Technology Academy is an after-school 9th through 12th grade pipeline program, and we're partners with the First Two Network. That's not right. Let's move on here and see what we do. So the first screen that I'll talk about is our first generation persistence initiatives. I just want to say that the First Two Network has really brought to our attention, our program, a focus on first generation students. We always focused on African American and underserved students, but we never really dove into looking at the first gen students, and that has been wonderful for us to do that. And so we're an after school 9th through 12th grade program that runs during the school year in clubs of 1 teacher to 10 students. We offer professional development, and our professional development has an emphasis on the needs of first generation students. And our monthly teacher reports, where all our teachers complete a monthly teacher report, and it allows us tracking of student progress and attendance. So this allows for real-time interventions by each region has a field site coordinator and the teachers, so that they can meet with parents and students to help head off issues and keep the student current or bring them back into compliance. And we call these rescue interventions. And what we're finding in our data is that our most vulnerable students are African American first gen students. And then after that is first gen students. So this has really, really helped us with these monthly reports and this real time being able to swoop in and be there and knowing what the kids need. So I looked real quickly at our first generation recruitment focus for 2022 and 2023. And our year is going to look like this. Our seniors will be 70% out of our 800 kids, 70% will be first gen, juniors 62%, sophomores 60%, and our freshmen 72% in our recruiting. So we're really proud of that and really excited about that. You can see here, of course, this is COVID. And then how do we assemble the instructional team? And in 9th through 12th grade, HSTA ambassadors, who are college students or near peers, serve as peer mentors with our clubs. So they've left the club and they've gone to college, but they're always coming back and helping in the clubs, either virtually or in person. We have research partners that assist with annual research projects with the students. And those are college professors and scientists, researchers, and again, the near peers. We've also started this a virtual series of guest speakers. So this last year we had 24 guest speakers that presented to our kids virtually, so they could reach out into Mingo County and all across the state. And so everybody, no matter how remote you are, you're not isolated. And then we also have college professors and researchers and scientists who teach at the summer programs. They train our teachers because we run we run 6 college programs, or on 6 different campuses for each of our grade levels. And they train our teachers. And then our teachers also train the college professors and researchers about how you have to deliver curriculum to high school kids as opposed to college kids. And then the last 2 years, we have HSTA graduates. We've always had a HSTA graduate program at WVU, but we have a liaison who looks after them, and our HSTA College Ambassadors for Success. A lot of them are First Two ambassadors also. But WVU, the HSTA ambassadors have a monthly meeting. And on those monthly meetings, you have a series of guest speakers. And they range from mental health to study skills and mindfulness, how to talk to professors, how much time you need to study, how to meet with your advisor. And they participate in community events. An example was they sponsored a 5K run walk for the community to raise awareness of student issues and available services. We've reached out to West Liberty, and I also should have put down West Virginia State, and have started smaller groups there of our HSTA alum, our ambassadors. And then we do have a HSTA college liaison, and he is wonderful. He meets the needs of the kids, as do their former field sites who are back in the communities. But here's someone on campus that's there to say, you know, wow, I can't reach this, or I don't know what to do. There's someone there that they can call right away. So this last year, this is only the second year, but this last year, we retained all 35 members successfully in our ambassadors. So we're really excited about that. I'm proud of that. So nobody left college, and they're all ready to go on next year. So immersion. To speak about immersion, our after-school clubs prepare students for their annual research project, and they have a curriculum and lessons that are embedded with enriched hands-on activities. So every week when they meet with their teacher, they're doing something really neat and fun, sometimes goofy, but to get those topics across. I mean, the curriculum immerses them also into real-life issues, so that they learn how to develop those project components. And those real life issues may be, for instance, we partner with a scientist who, or a pharmacist who was interested in teaching the public about over-the-counter drug overdose. And so our kids did a campaign of that. We have summer academies. They're held on college campuses, and these are great. They allow students to live in a college life. They participate in labs and classes that are led by college professors and that are assisted by their high school teachers. And we hire during the summer near peer college mentors, and they're assigned to a group of 10 students to assist with supervision, but also to share experiences of how to successfully navigate college. Our support, right? So we look at our mass support. In community clubs, the 9th through 12th grade after school clubs, each of those 24 lessons that the kids go through contain math skills that are necessary for whether they're gathering data or on a simple experiment and they're having to analyze it. But they work with data. This year we did, and last year we did the state of wellness in West Virginia. This year the kids had 3,000 participants. So we gave them big sets of data just so they would learn how to clean data and what it looked like and why you threw this out and why you kept this. And but then using that in part of the lessons, they learned to do descriptive statistics and display their data with mean, median, mode, and graphs and charts. The neat thing is, if they're working on their project topic, whether it's their water quality or hydroponics, they learn to do the statistics to see if they've have a significant difference. They've also learned two things about categorical data that they're doing at chi-square. We set them up so that their data would use a chi-square, and the same thing with numerical. It would be a t-test or a NOVA. Math support for summer camps. 9th through 11th grade math camp, summer camps are embedded throughout the curriculum. Whether they're dealing with fruit flies or cholesterol assays or diet and caloric burn or GIS mapping. Our HSTA Rising 12th grade students, though, attended 2 week summer camp on the campus of WVU. Of course, with COVID, we couldn't do that, but this year we are. And so we'll have our kids back on campus. And in 2021, we did it virtually and partnered with First Two. They supported us for that, and we were able to run kids through our program. And so what we did, it was what we found was our kids were terrible at math, have horrible test skills, and we know that math is the gateway to get them to be successful. So we had our students complete the SAT before they arrived, and then our team analyzed their strengths and weaknesses with the focus on math, and it became a more or less not a glamorous term, but it was a math boot camp. And our students then worked in small groups with near peer mentors on lessons and addressing their needs and building their skills. And they also, it included study skills for college success was embedded. And then the students took a post-test. So the results of that were last year, 3 top students. We had a student from Mingo County that went from an 800 to 1480 on their math. Greenbrier Fayette was, I'm sorry, on their SAT. Greenbrier Fayette student from 940 to 1270, and Eastern Panhandle student from 1230 to 1440. So we saw an average increase of 69 points and a 15% across the board increase in math scores of our kids. So it was really, really successful, and we're doing it again this summer. Our clubs are 9th through 12th grade after school clubs. We have 80 clubs and 800 students when we're full. We have 68 teachers, meaning some of our teachers run 2 different clubs. And we're in 50 different high schools across the state. And all students must complete a community research project, among other things, to stay eligible to stay in the program. Our HSTA ambassadors are our campus clubs, and they meet monthly. They have an adult faculty leader who advocates for the students and sets up and shares those resources. Teacher, faculty, staff, and student participation in PDSA and working groups. To be honest, we're very slow at getting into PDSAs. We've dabbled in them. We do have, thanks to Joanna's program, we have a couple of teachers, HSTA teachers that are also in her program, so they're experts for us. But when we look at our working groups, let's go to that first. The College Readiness Working Group, we meet at 4 p.m. to allow teachers to attend, any teacher that's interested. And we do have one HSTA teacher and one former HSTA teacher who are on that committee. For PDSAs, our plan this summer is we will have 12 HSTA teachers on campus. And their afternoons that week for teacher training, they'll be trained in how to conduct a PDSA and set up PDSAs to run during the junior and senior summer camps this summer, so that they not only learn about it, they're going to do it. And then those 12 teachers, we have money for them that they'll serve as our lead teachers throughout the school year. And when we have our fall professional development, they'll train the remaining 58 teachers on PDSAs, and they will serve as mentors for the school year as classroom teachers to complete those PDSAs. So we're really excited about that, to finally get a move into that and get something going, something really good and going. Students' involvement in our leadership teams. A student representative sits on each of the 13 local governing boards. So our regions, we have 13 regions, and we always have a student representative that sits on the board. Students in their clubs are elected to office and assisted teachers in the field sites. And then students lead, it's a student-led topic of interest for their research project. So our students will find a topic of interest that they want to pursue, and then we match them to researchers. to complete their yearly project. So our challenges in HSTA are retaining males. We're always fighting that, the athletics, but retaining males. And then next comes first generation after school, first gen and African American students. And then the next one is first gen students. So those are our challenges for retention. And then another challenge we have is teacher burnout. And that is because we all know that good teachers are the busy teachers. And so they're the ones that are doing a little bit of everything all around. And the other one, of course, is budgets. And then we're always looking and being asked to expand into other regions. Our needed resources, of course, are funding, which would be lovely if we could increase the teacher pay. That will provide us expansion. And then if there was more funding, of course, we would first and foremost provide more student opportunities like field trips and the ability to travel and get our kids out to even more campuses and parts of activities. And that's it.